Welcome to Woke Mental Wellness presents Windy City Nihilism. This is a 12 Inner Demons homebrew campaign. Cinziak plays Romero Marcus, the Targeted. Imris plays Janessa Wallace, the Human Street Medic. Blue plays Ruin, the Social Media Vampire Demon. And Cassie is the Storyteller, playing the NPCs and the rest of the world. Windy City Nihilism is an urban horror podcast series. We do not shy away from touchy topics in the politics of horror, mental health, games, and life as a person of targeted identities. Series-wide content warnings include violence, manipulation, state surveillance, police, player conflict, gentrification, racism, unwanted romantic gestures, anti-Blackness, sexism, tension, body paralysis, trauma, monstrous forms, complicated relationships, sex, toxic work environments, death, hopelessness, blood, Eldritch horror, colonization, and existential crisis and dread. Please take care of yourself as you listen. And remember, hope and resistance do best in community. Welcome back to Woke Mental Wellness presents Windy City Nihilism, where we last left off. Everyone had finally gone home to go to sleep. And so where we pick up, summer in Chicago is lively. It's bright and it's warm. There's humidity and the sounds of playing children and music, festivals and trains, buses and ambulances, sirens and saxophones. It doesn't matter where you are in the city, there is always something. There is always signs of life. Lively chats, tapping feet, clattering coins falling out of somebody's very unfortunate pocket or purse, somebody playing music without headphones on the goddamn train. It is a city alive with sounds and life. People, dogs, cats, it doesn't matter. The clattering of forks and knives on plates at a dinner, or even just the hum of a refrigerator in an old apartment. The noises of the city are beautiful. They make it alive, and they let you know that you're part of something together with other people. As you all awake this morning, it is quiet. There is no sound of children in the street. There is no hum of cars passing, no hiss of a bus stopping as it lowers the front to allow an elderly rider with a walker on. There are no sound coming from the feet walking the sidewalks, tapping, clacking, none of it. It is hot, it is humid, and the streets are quiet.
I think I wake up first just because I have that mindset just from growing up where like you have to be up before your guests and like doing things. And so I'm like up and like making food and stuff and scrambling because I definitely did not go grocery shopping. So I'm like trying to like scramble to put together something that looks cute. But I'm also have a sense of being unnerved. I get up, I have just my pajama pants and sports bra on, and I kind of walk into my front room. My cat is a very like bushy looking, scraggly black and brown, just like tabby cat. She's like 15 years old, so she's got like that weird scraggly, like naked ankle old lady cat vibe. And her tail is just twitching, very agitated. I can tell she's distressed, and I feel also unnerved by how quiet it is in my apartment as I'm moving around. There's no sound at all. And I think I just make myself some tea and I go and I look out the one window that's in my room. What do I see? Is it this that things are eerily quiet, or is it that there's literally nothing on the streets right now?
Oh, there are people. No one's looking at each other. No one's making eye contact. They're looking kind of just down at the pavement, slightly disgusted or annoyed, perhaps. But it's just quiet. No one is greeting each other. No children are playing.
I think seeing that, it definitely makes me realize that this whole situation from yesterday is maybe just not like, it wasn't a dream. And I finish my tea, I go back into my room, and I just kind of get myself together for at least for the day, for the morning. I put on a black kind of puff, like cottage sleeve sundress with white daisies all over it, and my black platform combat boots. I grab my canvas bag from yesterday, and I think when I reach for my canvas bag, I see my medic bag and I see the weird slime that's like on it from where the demon was like perched.
Oh, the slime is evaporated by now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess just thinking about having a demon perched on my medic bag. But I reach past it, I pick up my canvas shoulder bag with the smiley face on it, and I just go out into the front room. I feed my cat while I'm in the kitchen, and I just kind of wait for Romero to wake up. And I'm also kind of looking around to see where these demons have gotten to.
I am awake shortly after Jadissa's awake because, for one, even like Romero in the work that he does tries to sleep, understands the value of sleep, but doesn't necessarily always just sleep especially well or very long. Like an 8 o'clock is sleeping in for him at this point. And he wakes up and looks at his hand.
It's at 2.
Wow, they were dead ass about that, weren't they? Well, all right. Wait a minute. Is it earlier? Is it late? And then he looks at his phone. Sure, it's quiet for this time of day.
Mm-hmm.
And he checks the calendar. Is it a holiday?
It is not. It's Tuesday.
Nope. No, I'm not. I am not. Romero gets out of bed, tries to be, reasonably modest as a guest in someone's house, and goes, "Hey, Janissa, do you have a shower here that can I use your shower?"
Yeah. I think I'm messing around like with the stove, and as soon as I see that he's awake, I'm gonna just like, turn the fire down really low and like bustle over. There's a little cabinet just right at the far end of the kitchen, right before the entryway, and I just open it and pull down a towel and like a wash rag. Do you need a toothbrush? I think I have one somewhere, and I start like rummaging, like trying to find like the extra toothbrushes.
I mean, for it is, I would hate to be running around with the yuck mouth in your house, so.
And then I just like find one right at like underneath all the towels, and I like pull, and I turn around with the towel in one hand and the washcloth and the toothbrush in the other hand. And I just hold them out like trophies, kind of.
I take them in both hands and thank you.
The bathroom's through that way. You kind of have to jiggle the handle a little bit to get it to catch so you can turn it on. If you have trouble with it, just let me know and I'll come do the thing.
Life on MLK never disappoints. And goes to shower.
And while he's showering, I'm gonna like tidy up the blankets from the couch where he was sleeping and like fold them and stuff like that. And like I go to put them in the hamper and then I stop. And then I like think like maybe he might stay while this whole thing is going down. And so I just fold them and I put them at the edge of the couch, just like neatly in a pile, and go back in the kitchen to finish making breakfast.
Romero, you go and you go in the bathroom, and of course the curtain is pulled to ensure it doesn't mildew and everything, and you go to turn on the shower, I assume, or are you going to draw a bath?
I'm gonna take a shower.
You go to turn on the shower, and very suddenly, and your new buddy Felix kind of scampers out of the shower, almost like wheeled like side propeller style, tentacle over tentacle, kind of scurries up and out of the tub and like reforms into kind of a humanoid shape, and is like, well, god damn it, at least you know the water's warm, and kind of like unhappily walks out of the bathroom to let you shower if you don't say anything.
I take it you're not one for the water?
Oh, I love water. Water's great. I mean, the lake is the best. But, that is hot.
Oh, so not a fan of teas either then?
Tea can be cold.
Probably not the most interesting thing that I'm going to hear today, but good to know. You should probably tell Janissa that, by the way. She's cooking downstairs.
I think y'all are all the buffet I need, but I'll go see what that's about.
And Romero, without ceremony, just goes about his business getting into the shower. It's kind of like, okay, so it's Tuesday. It's a little bit after 8 in the morning. I can hear Janissa. I can hear Felix. I can't hear things outside.
I mean, you hear things outside. It's just
like I have it.
quiet.
It's like one of those eerily quiet because, like, at first, like as I imagine, Romero woke up and is used to like the sounds of Chicago and heard none of it. And it's kind of like, is the world on mute? Is there some kind of demonry happening? But then, like, he can hear people in the house and things happening. It's just like, okay, the world's not on mute, but something is still off about it. He just hasn't put together the vibes yet because he hasn't been outside.
Ruin, what are you up to?
Probably getting some breakfast. Honestly.
So you're with Janissa?
Yeah. Just, I think Ruin is like floating in the air as if they're in a hammock, and she's kind of tapping away on the phone. And I don't know if Janissa would be able to see it, but I imagine when Ruin feeds from humans, it's a sort of, what's the word? Like tubes look when something is being like pumped through them. I imagine it's something like that is like expelling from the human, just like a little intangible thread of various like vibrant colors, and it pops into like a little straw for Ruin. And so they're just drinking their human smoothie and tapping away on their phone, checking and media, and things of that nature. So what's the plan for today? Like, we're gonna go out there and hunt for some seals? Yeah? You all should call off work, maybe.
Can't call off work. Got to go. Kids are expecting me. Joanna would have a fit. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the day is a bust. We'll figure something out, but gotta go. If I slacked off every time the world was ending, I'd never get anything done.
But see, that's the thing here, though. The world was never ending before. The world is actually ending now.
Your world might not have been ending before.
Felix, back me up here.
And Felix comes in. You're just not, neither of you are just you're just not gonna understand this, are you? You're just gonna adamantly refuse to understand this.
I think they want the world to end.
What's not to understand? The world is ending, everyone's gonna die. That's literally every single day around.
I feel like when they in the middle of, they really just want the world to end. I think at that point, Romero comes out of the shower, primarily wrapped in a towel, and with the toothbrush still in his mouth, and goes, "Now last night you said you didn't want me to do that, but okay."
I don't.
What?
I was trying to say, you were saying that you, that we just wanted the world to end or whatever, and we kind of don't, but...
Then start acting like it.
You know, I feel like you don't. I feel like you insist that we don't understand things, but it occurs to me that maybe you don't understand why this person here who understands that the world is ending is responding the way that they do. You know, you looked at me and said, "Hey, what's your damage yesterday?" And for fairness, that was accurate. My question is, how you managed to ask that question about me just because it might be mildly inconvenient for you, and how you haven't figured out that that applies to literally everybody.
I mean, Felix kind of slides over to Janessa and like wraps a tentacle arm around Janessa's kind of shoulders as she's cooking, and it says, well, this one's damage isn't gonna end the world, so this one's damage is just delicious.
Right? Have you tried this?
Right, so what are we arguing with her for then?
Two things, and I'm gonna like put the spatula down that I'm using to like move the eggs around and just like shift the pan off the flame real quick. First thing, don't touch me. And I'm gonna just like grab and just like, first thing. Second thing, what do you mean my damage is delicious?
Oh, you're just bitter. It's great. Refreshing on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so see,
girl.
this is the part. This is the part
Ruin
where
his
I think you don't get it. Okay, you're saying that my damage is delicious, which I can only assume means that you feed off of what? My emotional pain, my psychic
Yes,
pain?
that is our whole deal as demons.
Okay, so here's the part that you're not getting. You feed off of my pain and the pain of all the millions of other humans on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
So when our worlds are ending in a really human way, you're getting your jollies off. But now that your world is about to end, we're supposed to give a fuck?
Girl.
In all fairness, it's not just
Your world
our
too.
world. It's your world too. You know?
And that's the part that you don't get. Because
are.
when we get our asses beat by the police, you feed on that. When we watch our friends get brutalized.
No, that's not,
Right?
no.
It's
no,
specific.
No. I don't, that is not my bag.
My cup of tea is yearning.
Okay, so you're one of many. You just like a different flavor of pain than your buddy over here, or the however many other demons there are on this planet, right? My point
doesn't have to be pain. Doesn't have to be
right?
pain.
That the things that damage us in the world are the things that y'all appreciate because apparently it's refreshing on the palate. All of those little horrible things that happen to human beings that in some way, shape, or form feed you and your multitude of cousins or whatever the fuck. But those are still the world's ending for us.
One, you're still here. Two, you're making eggs while you're making this argument, and it's doesn't seem quite right. You eat eggs. We eat emotional eggs.
Emotional eggs. Emotional eggs. You just said my damage is delicious to you. Last time I checked...
Your bitterness is delicious. You could be bitter without the damage you have. That's not my fault. That's not my fault.
Okay, but the damage that I do have is the source of this particular bitterness. So unless you're picking and choosing, oh, I'm only gonna feed on the bitterness that they just have because, which it doesn't sound like you're doing. You don't get to lecture me right now and use semantics and technicalities to weasel your way out of what you just said.
Stop filling the store with bitterness eggs and I will stop eating them.
Ruin was like watching the two for a little bit. And then I think they just kind of float over to Romero. So when are we going to go after these seals?
Yeah, so you see, and I just look at Romero and I'm like, you see the part where they like want us to give a fuck about this issue and then they do absolutely nothing to like make us care.
I was going to say, did you want to put in your 2 weeks notice today or...
Because like I could die tomorrow or any fucking day. The world could end for me on literally any random fucking Tuesday of the year.
Didn't you say you had children that were waiting on you? What about them?
Yeah, those are school children. They have parents. They love me, and I love them.
Yeah, their world is ending. My world is ending. Everybody's world is ending. It's done. It's kaput in exactly 12 days. Yes, the world could end any day, but this is written in stone unless we do something about it. That is the difference between then
you just described any problem that we live with on any given day.
Oh, okay. Can I just try to bridge the gap here? Ever so briefly, right? Demons, we should care because if this thing comes in here, it will fuck up my very cozy setup here with people's general misery that I get to feed from. Black people literally in the room going, and that is a Tuesday, a Monday, and any day on the calendar since the first breathing day we have been alive and aware of the conditions of this country, right? That's where we are. That being said, I'm going to make a quick suggestion. Carries you really far around here? When that lady right there is speaking, maybe we just shut the fuck up for a couple of seconds and think about it. Now, that being said, Janessa, what did you make for breakfast?
Eggs and toast. I didn't expect to have guests. I hope this is good. I can always run out and grab something and you see like all of the like upset that I had instantly evaporates.
Well, but you can't eat the eggs because it's painful or something.
Do you want me to punch you in the face right now?
Probably. Also, you have done more than enough preparing all of this for literally anybody, least of all me. So thank you.
And I'm like shaking the spatula. There's like little flecks of egg like flying off of it as I like gesticulate threateningly with the spatula at Felix.
But also, like this was plenty. Honestly speaking, what's your Cash App or your Venmo? I feel like
we're good. We don't do that around here. We don't do
okay.
that around. We don't do that around here. No, we
okay,
don't.
You know what? We're doing a potluck though. How about that?
And I'm just gonna turn around like that suggestion was never even made and go like grab a plate from the cabinet and start like plating the eggs. So anyway, like I was saying, we and I turned just to Romero, like we should probably, I don't know if you want to come with me. I don't know if you have to go to work, if you work in person or not. How are things over at, and I'm like snapping my finger, like trying to remember the name of the organization. And it's just like,
listen, I don't want to remember the name of it, but here's the whole thing, right? We got like a couple of upcoming community outreach things going on. And like, it's, grant writing season, so we're in the middle of having to do all of that too.
Oh yeah, we got to kill your boss too.
What?
Yeah, we decided to kill Romero's boss, right?
I said I would let you know if that ends up being the case. I said I will let you know.
They like lean over to Felix, like I think we should do it.
Maybe that'll make them happy. Would killing your boss make you happier?
I think it would make Romero happier.
Are we concerned that your boss is a demon?
Not all demons are bad.
Right, look at me.
And me.
We were concerned that my boss might be one of the seals.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that means we have to, like, kill people.
It means, all right, so listen, Janissa, I kind of don't expect them to understand, right? Because if they did, they might be a little bit less adamant about us trying to save every fucking body. However, you kind of worked in this sector, right?
Yeah, briefly. And still, I guess, technically with the school.
Would it be safe to say that you know what it's like for someone to be like, well, we could be out here and helping people, but I think it might be a better idea for us to spend a month developing a book club to study the work of Angela Davis instead?
Yeah. You met my ex, whatever the fuck he was, so you could say that.
Let's just say we have that experience in common, and it's been kind of a downer. So I spend a lot more time these days just kind of being focused on being in my bag and helping the people that I can, but trying to do official things, writing these long proposals, 50 slide PowerPoints, all of that stuff. Kind of falling off of that, and kind of that thing where it's just easier to do the work that you know that you can do than to argue for a way to do more of it.
Yeah. Hence me and the school. And I think at the mention of the school, I say like shit. And I look at my watch and I'm like, oh, okay. It's Tuesday, so we have like a later start today. So the kids don't start arriving.
It's 10:30.
Okay, I can make it to the school in like 30 minutes, right? The kids don't start arriving until like 11:15. Like I got time, right?
Oh, yeah, you have plenty of time.
And I'm going to like finish plating the breakfast and just like jam a piece of butter toast into my mouth and start moving like the pots into the sink to like rinse them off. I'll wash those later. But we should go. If we're gonna get to the celestial money before I have to go in, then we should go.
At this time, they're probably open, but if you're going before you get to work, then I suppose.
Yeah. Wait, are you going to work? And I just realized like that Romero just said it's 10:30.
Well, you know, I make it my job to know. Community outreach this week is summer lunches.
Summer lunches for the community?
Yeah, that is the thing I do after all. Community outreach.
You don't sound very enthusiastic about it.
It's one of my favorite things to do, but like I said, I have to work with white people to do that. So, you know.
Yeah, understood. So, well then, what time do you have to be at work or at your site or whatever? Because I can run over to the Celestial Money like by myself. I don't think anything too wild is going to happen in the coffee shop.
So, you all, as you're making these plans, I want to just remind everybody of the mechanics here. So there are 4 time slots per day. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're both going to go to work, just know that is going to take up 2 of your 4 time slots for today.
I'm going to say for kind of like what we're wanting to do, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I am going to, so because I always go to the coffee shop, the Dunkin' Donuts usually before I go to work, if I go to the Celestial Money instead of going to Dunkin' Donuts on my way to work, does that still count as within the me going to work slot?
So like the like getting to work, doing your whole ritual is is like the 2 slots, right? So that includes unless you're planning on trying to stick around there all day or something, like popping in and getting a drink the same way you pop in and get coffee other days from other places is part of the like first time slot of those
like
two.
I'm just trying to do like a quick vibe check on the celestial money.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't take more time than I usually take going to the Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could do that.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
So I have Janessa's going to work and the celestial money. Romero's going to work. Ruin, what is your plan for the first 2 time slots of the day?
I think Ruin would think it'll be smart to stick near the target in case anything pops up. So I think they probably latch onto Romero for the day. And I think they'd explore the areas around where like he'd normally be at. So if he's going to work, I think they will like be within the work center. I think they probably be walk around the outside of it and just see if they spot anything out of the ordinary, anything that might be a seal, because like they don't know what a seal could look like either. It could be anything. Mm-hmm. So I think they just keep an eye out, patrolling, so to speak, for anything weird. They'll definitely text Alexis and tell Alexis like what they're doing. And I think Alexis will probably like have taken off work because they're so hard. Well, they would definitely have to take off work because their computer is fucked. So they'd spend that time getting their computer back up and running.
Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to run the first 2 time slots. Kind of montage mode a little bit. So for each time slot, we'll have a little bit of role play. If there are roles that you want to make towards something, we can do that. But while y'all are split up at work and such, that is how we will do this. So let's go ahead and we will start with Janessa going to the celestial money, because I'm thinking that's probably what happens first.
Yep, so I'm gonna, as soon as I, wrap everything up at home, I run out the door, I hop in a ride share, I don't even wait for the bus because I want to get there quickly. As I'm in the ride share, I'm looking in the app store to see if there's an app for celestial money, and I am downloading the app.
Absolutely, there's an app.
So I'm like downloading an app, setting up the account, and I'm like just scrolling through, doing a general vibe check of like, what do they name their products? Like, what do their prices look like? And all that stuff.
The first thing you notice is that the app asks for a shit ton of permissions.
Do I immediately clock that any of the permissions are unusual from other apps that I have used?
Not necessarily unusual, but it's extensive.
Okay. I want to just do a quick scan through for any permissions that like require it to access my device specifically. So whether that's like location, or anything to read data.
Absolutely.
It wants like location data.
This app wants access to your contacts, your location, your phone data. It wants the ability to read your messages and use cookies. It wants to be able to send you marketing information and share marketing information with trusted third parties.
I'm going to reject all of that.
It will not install on your phone.
Then I'm gonna just make a note of that, like file that information away, and I'm just gonna do it the manual way. And once the rideshare pulls up outside of the school, I'm just gonna pop out, I'm gonna dash across the street and into the Celestial Money.
As soon as you go into the Celestial Money, there is 3 little bot stations. They have faces, and then they're like kind of torsos are big touch screens that you can use to order something. All 3 of them are currently empty, so you could approach any one of them that you want.
first things first, I'm just going to pull out my phone and snap some pictures of the little kiosk things. And then I'm going to just go up to one and I'm just going to scan the menu, and I'm just going to place an order for like just whatever their smallest size of coffee is, like just a regular coffee.
You scan it and you do these things. You hear some kind of robotic kind of noises as you're doing it. You look for the smallest size, and you see that their smallest size is a 12 ounce.
Yeah, I'm just gonna push the button for that and just place that order.
The 12 ounce they call a buck cup.
A buck cup. Is that because you cost $1? I say out loud in the empty store.
You say that out loud and you don't really get a response. The kiosk is not like responding. It doesn't seem to be something it quite understands. You just hear more of those noises.
Oh, this is weird. All right. Can I just have my drink, please?
Is there anything else that you order from it, or any other? Are you just ordering a standard coffee, or are you getting any of the special drinks?
No, I just want a regular coffee, but when it gets to the screen about like paying and stuff, where it like lists any kind of information about like the corporation or anything that would be like on the checkout screen or anything like in the nutrition facts section, anything like that, I just want to make a note of any of that information there.
Yeah, you go through it, and as you're trying to finish, it's like, are you sure you don't want any of our tasty add-ons? Like the text pops up against the screen, and it's very colorful. And it has some suggestions. It's like, add Mocha Joca shot for a chocolatey boost.
Nope. And I'm just going to decline until it takes me to the proper checkout screen.
And so it takes you to the checkout, and it says, tap to pay now, and it has your total at $7.21.
How did I know? And I'm going to, is it the only option that it's giving tap to pay?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to, what I'm going to do is I am going to press cancel. I'm just going to like cancel the order.
You press cancel, and you hear a and a person actually comes out from the back, and it pops up on the screen. Please wait for one of our technicians to assist you.
Technicians?
And a person in a barista apron who looks tired and unhappy comes out and says, "Welcome to Celestial Money. Are you having some issues with your order?"
No, I'm not having any issues with my order. I was going to order something, but I changed my mind. That's all. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, well, is there something else that we can get you? What was not to your satisfaction today?
The price was not to my satisfaction today. I'm going to just get breakfast somewhere else. And I'm just gonna, kind of hike my canvas bag on my shoulder and turn to go. And as I'm putting my hand out to open the door, I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna say, "How long have you worked here? I don't remember seeing this here."
"Oh, I've been here since we opened. I've never seen you here before, but I do hope that you'll come back. I'm very sorry that you were unhappy with our product or service."
Yeah. Somehow I had a feeling that was going to be your response. And I'm just going to like push the door and head out, run across the street. Not even going to bother with the Dunkin' Donuts or anything. I am going straight inside the school just to get started for the day. But I'm like, as I'm walking across the street, I'm texting the group chat like all the information, right? This Celestial Money place was so weird, and I'm sending like the pictures that I took of the kiosk. Their app wants all this crazy information from me on my phone, like reading my contacts and stuff. You can only tap to pay. They don't even have credit card readers inside the store. Like, they're really trying to get niggas information. hardcore. And I just shoot that text off to the group chat, and then I like rush inside to start greeting the kids. I think I'm just barely on time.
Absolutely. As you move inside, we switch focus over to Alexis. Your phone buzzes. There's a message from Janessa. What are you up to this morning? As you notice, it is wildly, unexpectedly quiet.
I think when Alexis would have clocked how quiet it was, the first thing they would have done was like poke their head out their apartment door, because they lived in an apartment where it's a lot of families who live there. It's a lot of children and like teenagers and such and like elders. And there was always something going on in the hallways or like kids running around, and they loved it. That's why, they chose to stay there. But having noticed like none of their neighbors are in the hallway right now, like...
Oh no, you see neighbors in the hallway. They're just quietly passing through.
The energy is odd, as if like waiting for something to happen, like waiting for like a beat to drop almost. And so they kind of just poke their head back inside their place. And I think they text the group chat. Sorry, what does the text from Janessa say?
I text all the information that I got in the Celestial Money. So like a picture of the kiosks, the fact that the store didn't, the workers, that the primary workers is just all automated, that the coffee costs $7 and change, that you cannot download the app unless you allow the app to access your phone contacts, your location, read your messages, and share your information with third parties. That when you go to cancel an order, it like alerts somebody in the back and they come try to upsell you. And that the worker was like low-key creepy and like was just like vague about when I asked them like how long they've been here.
I think Alexis will text back like, this makes me feel like my computer being wiped wasn't a mistake on my part, and they'll explain like how it said like complete transfer the first time they clicked no, and then they couldn't like erase their browser history, and then they did it again and clicked yes, and then like it wiped their laptop, and they're like, why are
Have you opened your laptop today, by the way?
No, I don't think they have yet. Okay. I don't think they have yet. So they text this to the group chat though. And I think that is as they're like, they make a cup of tea, they sit down at their desk. They've just been mourning the laptop all night, honestly. And they kind of like, just take a deep breath. They're like, okay, they got a couple tools laid out near them, some parts. And I think they're just like, all right, well, let's see what I can do about this. Like, can I salvage this? And so they will try to attempt to restore their laptop.
As you open your laptop for the first time to kind of see what happens, it boots up normally.
Oh. Like their files are still the same and such?
I mean, you haven't logged into it or anything yet, but when you open it, your custom screen for when you're turning on your computer and everything pops up and is waiting for your login information.
Okay. They type in their password.
It pops through the same welcome, and everything's the same. Your desktop, all the files and everything on your desktop. The thing that is different, it seems as though there are some notifications from work that were not there last time.
Immediately clears them because I'm not trying to read that right now.
It seems like just people asking whether or not you're available to answer questions even though you're out today.
That's so annoying. I think Alexis she's like, okay, let me run a scan. Like, let's just run like a little virus scan and make sure whatever. And while they begin the scan, they're texting the group chat like, okay. They send a voice message like, okay, so I just opened up my laptop, logged in, and it seems to be working as normal. This is fucking weird.
What time is it roughly when Alexis sends this text?
Let's say it's been a little bit
like afternoon, you think?
Let's say we're towards the end of the first time slot, so around 1 or 2.
Cool.
Okay, so it's about like the snack time for the kids at that point. So I'm gonna just like tell Joanna, pop out into the bathroom across the hall, and while I'm in one of the stalls, I'm looking at my phone, I'm listening to the voice message, and then I'm gonna text back, be careful, because I feel like with what I just saw inside the store, like there might be spyware, they might be like hacking your computer or something, so just be careful what you type in.
That's what I'm thinking too. Fuck. Okay, well, let me see. Okay, question. Storyteller.
Yes.
I have an ability, it's called troubleshooting, right? It says you're an old hand at diagnosing computer problems, and it shows as long as it is not physically destroyed, you can exchange 1 stress to fix any problems with the digital system and render it perfectly usable. Now, my system is usable, but like Janessa mentioned, I am worried about spyware. Could I exchange 1 stress to like really like get into the computer and make sure, I guess, it is completely safe?
Making sure it's completely safe is not troubleshooting.
True.
That's beyond the scope of that ability. You do have tech and stuff. You can totally roll for it. You can totally try to do a test to figure out if anything is happening with your computer.
Okay.
But that's beyond the scope of troubleshooting.
Yeah. Okay. I would love to roll for this then.
Okay. We're going to put that at a TN 9.
Got you. Okay, so then I am rolling 3d10, correct? And one of them have to be above 9?
One of them has to be above 9 for a complicated success. For a full success, 2 have to be above 9.
Okay. I fail it completely. 5, 1, and 3.
Your computer is fine. It is working. Last night seems to have been a glitch. You conclude that there's nothing on your computer that shouldn't be there.
I think Alexa just kind of scratches their head and they're like, okay, well, I'm fuck it. I've done all I can. And they already called out to work, so they're definitely not like gonna clock in out of their laptop is okay. So I think Alexis gets ready for the day, they shower, they have a quick bite for breakfast, and I think they like take their laptop with them, pack like a little bag, and maybe with even like just an extra pair of clothes in there just in case they stay at Janice's house this time, or like they crash at Romero's. And I think they'll go to the I feel like one of the Celestial monies will be like near a library maybe. So I think they kind of just chill at the library and just maybe just kind of camp out there for a little bit. I think they'll do like some research on their laptop about what they can about Popobawa. And yeah, because I think for Alexis, they're like, I mean, I don't want my world to end. I got stuff and things. If this is like really happening, I also have stuff and things that I like about this world. And I think it's also kind of them like, it's like that hope of like, well, I don't want to pass before I can reconcile with somebody. Like if the world is ending and I have to go, cool. Can it like wait till after me and my ex are on good terms? That'd be great. I don't know. So yeah, I think they just go hang at the library until they're able to meet up with Janessa and Romero, and they'll also text them out like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and just chill at the library. I did what I could about my laptop, but I'm coming up empty with it. I don't know, maybe y'all can look at it later, but I'm gonna go hang at the library. There's one like down the block from the Celestial joint. And I'm just gonna do what research I can about Hopelessness. And in parentheses, what a fucking loser, like colonization for real? Okay, and then in parentheses.
Okay. So you're there, you're kind of you're trying to do some research and everything. Romero. And I suppose Ruin if you're with Romero.
Mm-hmm.
Romero, what are you up to? You just normal work day or?
Normal work day. I think to get to work, just because I think it's a fun little feature, basically like the quickest path from Genesis to work, if I'm taking a walk, is definitely through the hood and some of the rougher parts of it. And Romero just walks through that area. It is a chill time. Like Romero's as comfortable there as he would be anywhere else.
Is this somewhere you go often?
It is a place that I go often because, you know, you can't leave anybody out if you're actually trying to do community care properly. As a matter of fact, it's a place that he intentionally goes to see how things are because it is the one place that his work fights tooth and nail to avoid most of the time.
This place, it reminds you of the gaps in your work.
I would say that it does, but it's also like when I walk through here, it is the irony of this is a place that reminds me of some of the largest gaps in my work and what he wants to ultimately do. But it's also like when he walks through and people give him that particular nod whenever he walks by because they're just used to seeing him here so often. It's one of those, that's where the light is, and that's the thing that he holds on to whenever he comes through this place. And so maybe has Romero gotten in trouble a time or two because he was kind of like, hey, this is the one thing I'm going to attempt to maybe put my foot down about, even if I have to be a little bit subversive about it? Probably.
As you walk through this kind of forgotten and desolate area, you do notice there is something different. There is a mirror leaned up against one of the walls. It's kind of old and cracked and ornate.
That's not suspicious at all.
Is there anyone near the mirror?
Nah, it's quiet. People are moving about their business. Their heads down, moving around. You don't even get the waves you used to get. People are just moving quietly.
If it's not like out of the way to do, when I walk by the mirror, I take a look at my reflection ever so briefly to see what it looks like.
I need you to roll me a fear test.
Okay.
And you have a malice die because you failed your last one.
Is there no equivalent to a help action in this system?
Oh yeah, Ruin, you're here, right?
I am.
Cool. I will let you roll.
Well, hold on. What's the TN for this before we do all that?
It's a TN7 fear test here. And you have malice. So your lowest die needs to be above a 7.
Okay. So what's the helpful thing you want to do?
Yeah, so like, is there a helpful thing I can do for this?
You can spend a grip to roll a TN7 test. And if you get an all-out success, you can add another die to Romero's test. Actually, you know what? Instead of adding another die, I will be very nice. I'll let it cancel out the malice.
That would be lovely.
But you have to succeed fully. That means 2 successes on your roll.
I think Ruin sees this mirror, looks at Romero, and they're like, that looks pretty sealy to me, right?
You, Ruin, see this mirror kind of out of place, and you see it in this place that has significance for Romero. You know a mirror demon when you see one.
Oh, wait. A question. Does my sixth sense feature work here?
Read it to me.
You usually know when something isn't quite right. Demons using unsettling metamorphosis, or people and animals under ghastly possession or monstrous influence must roll against your intuition for you to not notice them. You also roll a bonus die if you interact with demons in low light, heavy weather, or other environmental effects that obscure your ability to target them.
Okay, what's your, I have to roll against what now?
Against my intuition.
Ooh.
What's your intuition?
It's 2.
So you have a bonus die.
Hell yeah.
So roll 4d10
4d10.
and tell me what the highest one is.
Okay, I'm gonna set these fear dice aside for a second. The highest is a 9.
Ooh.
My highest was an 8. So, good to know. Ruin, you were gonna roll, by the way.
Yes. Okay, so 3d10?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you have any bonuses.
I rolled 2 9s and 1 2.
Congrats! That is 2 die above 7. So, Romero, you start looking at this mirror and you get a weird feeling. Ruin, you know the work of a mirror demon when you see it.
Ruin kind of taps Romero's shoulder and they're like,
Let me guess, the mirror is a demon?
The mirror is a demon. See, you're good at this.
For better or for worse.
Hey, at least you got me. And they give like a little wink and a cheeky grin.
As Romero, your reflection comes into view in the mirror, staring back at you.
So, why are you here?
Same reason you're here. I'm needed.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you're on your way to work. So, needed by who?
Needed by whom?
Not really the way that we talk around here, but fair.
Need more. What do you want?
Currently, an answer to my question, but you know what? Right. Ruin, let me just ask this question. Is this the part where we're like, there's supposed to be like some like spiritual battle? Are we doing like a Yu Yu Hakusho moment or something? Do I get like a spirit gun or a sword or like a spear or something like that? What's happening here?
You know, honestly, I'm not sure if the seals can be broken with like the power of friendship sometimes or by like beating the shit out of it.
You talk about these weapons and everything. Romero, which of the weapons that you mentioned, which one's your kind of favorite?
Like, if I had to pick one, probably a glaive. Let's just go ahead and do the chaos thing that you know you're gonna do.
You say a glaive, and the you in the reflection is now holding one, but still looks just like you and is still mirroring your movements.
Okay, Sailor Saturn, work.
That's a neat trick, I'm not gonna lie.
And it also mouths the same thing you mouth and moves the same way you move.
Do you mind if and you see Ruin's hands like cute Empress, I love them. But you see Ruin's hands begin to have like, I don't know, like these bouts of like electricity flowing between their fingers and like coalescing into like a concentrated ball. And they're like, can I just break the mirror? Are you okay with that? Or do you want to like how do you want to go about doing this?
If I had to make a guess, I don't know that that's going to be a great idea. I kind of try to imagine myself, right? Twirling the grave with a bit of a flourish before taking its point and stabbing it into the ground to see what happens.
Your mirror reflection does the same thing and stabs it into the ground.
Okay, so I think we have an idea of how the controls work, but I still don't know why this is here. Ruin, do you know why this creature is here doing the things? Do you know how mirror demons work?
I don't know if Ruin knows, like, is very knowledgeable in mirror demons.
Yeah, you're not. They're not the kind of folk you tend to hang out with.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ruin, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but here's what's gonna happen. You have about 15 seconds to answer this question because I'm gonna be late for work, and this is what that. And if I don't like wrap this up fairly soon, so here's what's gonna happen.
Well, okay, like, hear me out.
I'm gonna give you 30 seconds, and then I'm going to do something reckless.
I think maybe listen, mirror demons honestly are my bag, but this one came to you. Maybe it can offer valuable information. Maybe it can offer some sort of information. When you picture yourself, like, is this how you picture your ideal self? With heroic, or I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Does this image in the mirror look heroic to you?
I mean,
Ruin, as you look in the mirror, specifically now that Romero has asked you about looking at the mirror, another you appears next to the image of Romero in the mirror, looking on the same side that you're on. And now there is another Ruin in the mirror.
God fucking damn it. See what you did now? Thanks, Romero. Now that's copying me.
It is moving. The Ruin in the mirror is moving and mouthing the same way that the Ruin next to you is, Romero.
Is it like Ruin's like true form, like their demon form, or is it like the human form that they like traverse the world in usually?
It's the form that it's what you look like right now.
Okay. I think Ruin is like in their human form, like with the shades and stuff. Ruin goes up to the mirror demon and like flicks their reflection on the forehead.
You go up and you flick your reflection in the head, and your reflection flicks you. But as it flicks you, you feel it.
Oh.
As you flick, and it hurts. You lose a grip.
Oh shit. Ow.
And then the hand that was out, the hand that Romero you can see is now out of the mirror, moves back into the mirror as Ruin backs away in pain.
And that would be why we don't throw fireballs at the mirror. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for doing the reckless thing I was going to do. I appreciate it.
I think we should pull them out.
Ruin, you want two beacons for an archdemon to walk into this world? Is that what you said?
I don't know. This is. Ruin like rubs their temples.
I'm assuming if they can come out, that also means that we can go in. So do we want a blue skidoo here, or what? What are we doing?
The Romero in the mirror, when you say that, the Romero in the mirror reaches a hand out to you, Romero.
Well, there we are. Let me text Alexis. And Ruin pulls out their phone and texts Alexis like quickly what is happening in the group chat. Or not just they texted the group chat, yes, and lets them know what's happening. They're like, mirror demon, and Ruin texts in a way where like their I's are exclamation points, their O's are zeros, their E's are threes, like that. And so they're like, mirror demon by job, gonna go inside.
I take a moment to pull out my phone and I take a picture and put it in the group chat and say, this is the demon Ruin is talking about.
There is a picture of a blank wall in the group chat.
I take the picture I just took. I take out an editing tool and I add a little color.
A doodle?
Like a little doodle that says, with an arrow that says the mirror is here.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
The Romero in the mirror is still holding out a hand, and looking directly at you, Romero says, well, come on. You want to do something good in the world?
I frantically text the group chat, like all caps. Do not go near the mirror.
Ruin replies, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
I'm literally in a bathroom stall at the school right now, like sitting on the toilet seat, like not even using the bathroom, just sitting on the seat, like frantically texting. If you get sucked inside a mirror, I will kill you.
Press hold message reply. What if seal?
Alexis has replied on my way and is like, has already like left the library.
I'm gonna text back, wait for Alexis.
Romero, the mirror version of you, the hand extends out to you further and says, haven't you been looking for me?
Might actually be a seal, but we're probably going to have to go in there.
Ruin is stepping closer. They're like, well, what are we waiting for?
Alexis, that's what you just said.
It'll be here when Alexis gets here.
The ruin in the mirror also steps closer. What do the two of you do?
Assuming that the mirror can't like get up and move currently, and knowing that we're waiting for Alexis, I pick like just a convenient spot that looks like, again, like here we are in the projects. I just pick like a spot and just sit there for a moment, looking at the mirror. I'm like, please hold for the next available customer service representative. I actually say that to the mirror.
The mirror looks at you and says, now look who wants to wait to do some research. I guess she's rubbing off on you.
Fair, but nah, I have to do research anyway.
And the mirror version of you, Romero, now speaks in the voice of Anna.
Oh my God.
You're right. Research is very important. We should slow down the process to make sure that we have the best possible impact.
Looks at Ruin. So you know that thing that you were talking about where you were thinking about like maybe running a fade on my manager? Let's go ahead and like move that up the list. There's like one little bit of priority there.
We should just sit here and wait because you never know the possible outcomes. You're doing the right thing, Romero.
You know? What's funny is, if I had just run into you maybe a day before, I probably would have just jumped into the mirror from stress. But, as I understand it, you're a whole demon, so that's all right. I'm fine. I guess technically I'm not, but I'm also not coming any closer. From what I understand, you can't come get me, at least not right now anyway.
Romero, the demon looks at you and the mirror from the frame sprouts these little clawed, taloned legs and starts walking towards you.
Hey, Ruin, you see that? That is our cue to leave. We should go.
Seal, hello, right here. Ruin is like pointing with both fingers.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is a thing that you just said. You don't know these people. They're not the people that you rock with. You don't know what's going to happen if we jump in there. And we have absolutely no help and no witnesses. So what are we doing here?
So wait, Cassie, has it come out of the mirror fully?
No,
the
mirror
mirror
itself has grown legs and is walking.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
You start to see around the edges of the mirror teeth starting to pop up in the bottom and the top.
Oh, this isn't good. This does not feel good.
One of the kids talked to me about this before. It's a mimic. That's what they called these, right? And Stranger Things or whatever. It's a mimic. Like it looks like a mirror, but if you touch it, it eats you.
I don't know. And I feel like at this point it's hostile, right? And their fingers are like whirring up that magic now. Like we can't jump into it now, right?
The ruin in the mirror magic also starts to whir like the magic that you are doing. It mirrors you.
Ah, fuck. And they like dispel it for a second. They're like, I'm not trying to get hit with this myself. I've seen what it can do.
And that is where we will end this session.
Oh.
So, thank you everybody for listening to this episode of Woke Mental Wellness Presents Windy City Nihilism.
This is why Black people live in movies.
No, seriously.
So, if everybody would like to just real quick who you are, and we'll get up on out of here. Romero.
Hi, I am Romero Marcus and or Cinziek, the he, they that is playing that character. You can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky by the exact same name for all of your sunflower sundries. You can also find me on cinziek.com.
Janessa.
Hello, everyone. I'm Janessa Wallace, played by the fabulous Emrys. You can find me on the interwebs, Dragon Emrys or The Dragon Emrys, mostly on Tumblr, but I do have a Twitch account. Will I stream one day? Who knows?
And Ruin and Alexis.
Hi, it's been real. I'm Blue and I played Ruin/Alexis today. You can catch me everywhere as King V _ and as King with a Y, and everywhere Body Bards is, because I'd be over there too.
And I'm your storyteller, Cassie. Just constantly, being the nicest, the nicest, most helpful of beings. So it's rough out there. So please remember to be kind to yourselves and each other. Take care of yourself and your community. And, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Woke Mental Wellness Presents Windy City Nihilism, a 12 Inner Demons homebrew podcast. This podcast has been made possible in part thanks to a grant from Diversity Saves. Episodes are edited by Marissa Ewing of Hemlock Creek Productions. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a review and tell your friends. If you want to help financially, you can visit the Woke Mental Wellness Ko-Fi listed in the show notes. Take care and remember, hope and resistance do best in community.